Hello everyone and welcome back to another very exciting chess game, this time from 2017 from the Cannes Chess Festival, and with the white pieces we have Marc Esserman and his opponent is Gukesh. Marc Esserman is a pretty strong chess international master from the United States, and his opponent Gukesh is a very strong chess grandmaster from India. So let's see what happened in this fantastic chess game. This is a must-see. So Esserman starts the game with e4 and we have the Sicilian defense, and Esserman plays d4, his favorite Smith-Morra Gambit, c3. So it is double-edged. It is pretty risky, but at the same time it gives white important attacking prospects and white is going to develop rapidly. So d takes on c3, but white is giving up a pawn. e6, knight to f3, knight to c6, developing the pieces rapidly, pinning the knight, unpinning, kicking the bishop back, knight to g6, bishop to b3, and then b5. And in this position, Esserman played the first exciting move of the chess game, and he played an unbelievable move. Well, in this position, he played knight to d5, throwing the knight into the fire. And I think in this position black has to accept the sacrifice, otherwise that's very bad, because e takes on d5 happened, but if not capturing the knight, if pushing the pawn, some random move, what would you do in this position if you had the white pieces? So if I give you a few seconds, can you see the next move? Okay, bishop to b6 actually traps the queen, and this is all over. Okay, so as you can see, black has to accept the sacrifice. E takes on d5, e takes on d5, attacking the knight with a tempo and opening the e-file, knight from c to e5, and what would you do? Of course, there is a very important move, and that is d6. So this fixes the d-pawn, and developing this bishop is a problem. Bishop to b7, developing the light square bishop, but white has another very important move, and that is knight takes on e5. Black has to take the knight with the f-pawn, because if you take the knight with the knight, can you see what happens? Then rook to e1 and threatening to push the pawn, f4, and if moving the knight, bishop to b6 is winning the queen with check. So in this position, f takes on e5, but this move also has a downside, and that is f4, threatening to push the pawn, and then queen to h5 is going to be nasty. So accepting e takes on f4. But if pushing the pawn, then white is going to push the pawn. This was the idea, kicking the knight to somewhere else, and then checking the king, and basically black is getting checkmated. So if pushing the pawn, then we take and threatening to push the pawn, and also bishop to f7 is a threat. So if knight takes, bishop to f7 is getting checkmated. So e takes on f4, and in this position Esserman played another amazing move. Maybe capturing the pawn with the bishop is expected, but he played this incredible move, rook to e1 by Marc Esserman, threatening bishop check, bishop to b6, checking the king with the rook, and winning the queen. You can only block with the piece, and that's terrible. So f takes on e3, sacrificing two pieces for the brutal attack. Rook takes on e3. So blocking with the bishop, this is one of the only defense. And a multi-purpose move, queen to d4, both activating the queen, doubling the rooks is on the cards, and targeting on g7. So queen to b8, and simply capturing the bishop, queen to a7, and offering to exchange the queens. And if exchanging the queens, I think black is going to win this chess game, because black is a piece up. But Esserman played incredible move in this position. Can you see that move? Of course, not exchanging the queens. The move is bishop to f7, a bone-crushing move, an amazing move by Marc Esserman. So Gukesh captured the bishop, and then pushing the pawn, deflecting the king, actually capturing the bishop is the only move. And in this position, you have to take the queen with the h-rook, because if you take the queen with the a-rook, that's going to lose the queen. So capturing and then checking the king, only move. And what would you do in this position? Of course, rook takes on e8, and if blocking with the knight, that's getting checkmated. So leaving the queen, this is the only move, and then losing the queen, because in this position, if you block, this is getting checkmated. So incredible attack by Marc Esserman. Rook takes on e8 and then losing the queen. So basically white has the queen against two minor pieces. So this is losing for black. So Gukesh played a few more moves and then he is going to resign. I think he could resign earlier. So rook to e2 and then checking the king. Queen to h5, queen goes back, and how to defend the checkmate threat. Queen to e7, black has to push the pawn, and then queen to h5, disaster everywhere. Everything is falling apart. Black is losing very badly. So this is why Gukesh resigned. What a game by Marc Esserman. So this was the Smith-Morra Gambit. It worked pretty well for Esserman. e4 first, Sicilian defense, and then d4, not capturing the pawn with the queen, but pushing the c-pawn, the Smith-Morra Gambit, and developing the pieces aggressively developing the pieces. And this is actually a little bit risky, but at the same time, it gives white important attacking opportunities. So this is the final position. You saw what happened in the chess game. So I hope you have enjoyed watching this chess game, watching this video, and I hope to see you next time. Take care and bye-bye.